Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you tuned in today because we've got something special to dive into. Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to capture a woman's attention? What if I told you that you could spark her genuine interest with something as simple as authentic confidence? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, trust me, it's not. In today's episode, we're going to explore just how authentic confidence is the game changer you've been waiting for. No gimmicks, no tricks, just real, raw confidence that attracts people, not just women, but anyone who comes into your life. So if you're tired of feeling like you're doing everything right, but nothing's working, stick with me. You're about to discover a powerful shift that will not only change how you interact with women, but also how you see yourself. And hey, whether you're on a run, commuting, or just hanging out at home, get comfortable, because this episode is going to change the way you approach relationships and, frankly, life itself. But first, before we jump in, a quick favor. If you're enjoying the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if you feel like it's been helpful, share this with a friend who might need that confidence boost. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started. Podcast intro music fades out. Have you ever wondered what it takes to truly captivate a woman's attention? Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself wondering what it really takes to make a woman look at you differently, to spark genuine interest and curiosity in her? You've probably tried everything already, the thoughtful gifts, carefully crafted messages, or even non-stop compliments. And yet, despite all your efforts, nothing seems to work. I get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when you feel like you're doing everything right, but still not getting the response you want. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be this way. Today I'm going to share something that could change everything for you. I'm going to reveal the key to attracting any woman, and I promise you it's something authentic and entirely within your control. No tricks, no gimmicks, just genuine self-expression. The best part? You don't have to be the richest or the most handsome guy in the room. The secret I'm about to share with you is rooted in something you can begin cultivating right now, and it's authentic confidence. But before we dive deeper, I'd like to ask you for a quick favor. If you find this content valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss out on future tips that can transform your life. Done? Great. Let's move forward. The real secret behind attraction. What you're about to learn is not just a strategy for attracting women. It's a blueprint for becoming the best version of yourself. Because when you improve from within, that growth will naturally reflect outward. This transformation doesn't just change how people see you, it changes how you see yourself. Now, before we talk about the solution, it's important to first understand the problem. Why do so many people fail to make a genuine connection? Why do their well-meaning efforts sometimes push others away instead of drawing them closer? Let's break that down. The truth is, many people don't realize what's holding them back from making meaningful connections. Think about how often you've seen someone go overboard trying to impress. Maybe they shower someone with expensive gifts, send a barrage of messages, or dish out compliments every chance they get. These actions may seem like genuine efforts to show interest, but often they have the opposite effect. They convey insecurity, not confidence. It's as if they're saying, I need to do all of this because I don't feel like I'm enough on my own. Here's the kicker. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. Even the simplest gestures, when done from a place of true confidence, can make a far more significant impact. It's the energy behind your actions that truly matters. The power of authentic confidence. A real-life example. Let me give you a real-world example. A close friend of mine, let's call him Lucas, was deeply interested in a woman who was absolutely amazing. He tried everything. He bought her flowers, planned fancy dates, sent sweet and heartfelt messages. But despite his efforts, she never reciprocated his feelings. The reason? His actions, though thoughtful, came across as desperate attempts to win her over. They didn't feel like genuine expressions of who he was. They felt like he was trying to earn her affection. Then, something changed. Instead of continuing to pour all his energy into impressing her, Lucas shifted his focus back to himself. He started exploring his own passions. He dedicated more time to his hobbies, and most importantly, he stopped seeking validation from anyone, especially from her. His confidence started to grow, not because he was trying to impress her, but because he was living for himself, not for someone else's approval. And guess what happened? Her interest in him changed dramatically. Not because he was suddenly doing something different to win her over, but because he was now showing up as the best version of himself. And that's when she truly took notice. What is authentic confidence and why is it so powerful? Now that you understand the problem, let's talk about the solution. Authentic confidence. This is what will transform your interactions, not just with women, but with everyone in your life. So what exactly does it mean to be authentically confident? Let's break it down. Authentic confidence isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's not about putting on a mask to appear more interesting, impressive, or superior. It's about understanding who you are, embracing your values, and feeling comfortable in your own skin, without fear of judgment. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine there are two people. One is constantly trying to impress others. They agree with everything everyone says, laugh at all the jokes, and try to blend in as best as possible. While they may seem friendly, it also gives off the vibe of someone who is emotionally dependent on others for validation. Now picture the other person, someone who knows their worth, who is comfortable setting boundaries, and who isn't afraid to express their own opinions, even if they're not popular. This person exudes an entirely different energy, one of security and independence. They don't need anyone's approval to feel good about themselves. And guess what? That person is naturally magnetic. This is the power of authentic confidence. It's a quiet strength that draws people to you without you having to try. People can feel when you are genuinely comfortable in your own skin, and that's incredibly attractive. The difference between confidence and arrogance. It's crucial to distinguish between confidence and arrogance. While both can seem similar on the surface, they are worlds apart. Arrogance comes from a place of insecurity. It's a defense mechanism. When someone is arrogant, they are usually trying to prove something, to make others believe that they are better than they really feel inside. It's rooted in the need to feel superior. Authentic confidence, on the other hand, isn't about feeling superior. It's about being at peace with who you are. It's about expressing your thoughts, opinions, and desires without fear of rejection. For instance, imagine you're on a date and the topic shifts to something you don't know much about. Instead of pretending you're an expert or changing the subject to avoid feeling vulnerable, you simply say, "I'm not really familiar with that, but I'd love to hear more. Tell me about it." That's confidence in action. It's not about trying to be perfect. It's about being genuine. Developing authentic confidence. A practical guide. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I actually develop this kind of confidence? Good news, it's a skill you can build with practice. Let's break it down into 3 actionable components. 1. Self-awareness. The first step to authentic confidence is knowing yourself. Confidence doesn't come from pretending to be something you're not. It comes from understanding who you truly are. This includes acknowledging your strengths, passions, and even your weaknesses. The more you understand yourself, the less you'll rely on external validation. Start by making a list of your qualities. What are you good at? What makes you feel truly alive? Also, take note of areas where you'd like to improve. This self-awareness will be the foundation upon which your confidence grows. 2. emotional independence. The next step is learning to validate your own emotions. This means not depending on others for your sense of self-worth. When you constantly seek approval or validation, whether through compliments, likes on social media, or constant attention from others, you give away your power. For example, if you text someone and they don't reply right away, don't let it affect your mood. Remind yourself, their response doesn't determine my worth. By learning to validate yourself, for instance, if someone does something you don't like, instead of letting resentment build up or reacting with anger, you could calmly express, "I understand what you were trying to do, but it didn't quite work for me. Could we try something different next time?" This is assertiveness in action. It's about being honest without being aggressive. How authentic confidence affects attraction. When you embrace authentic confidence, women will start to notice, but more importantly, they'll be drawn to you in a way that goes beyond the surface. Confidence doesn't mean being perfect, far from it. In fact, admitting your flaws or acknowledging what you don't know can actually make you more attractive, because it shows that you are comfortable being vulnerable and real. When you live in your truth and embrace your authentic self, women will feel respected, valued, and comfortable in your presence. And that's how deep, meaningful connections are formed. Putting it all into action. Now it's time to put these principles into practice. Start focusing on developing your own self-awareness, emotional independence, and assertive communication. The more you live authentically, the more confident you will become, and the more attractive you will appear, not just to women, but to everyone you interact with. Remember, confidence is not about trying to impress anyone. It's about showing up as your true self, without fear or hesitation. The world will respond to that energy. And before you go, don't forget to like this